Paul and I are about to tackle another day on the cargo trailer, but he's done some work since I was here last.
A little bit.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about what you've done since I was here last, because it looks really good.
Yeah, so I was just starting to plan for the front, because we'll have the, in the nose there, we'll have the cabinets.
Yeah?
So I needed a little more structure in the top there. So what I did is, it's pretty simple, but I had put the furring strips on the actual original metal supports.
Yeah.
I made the decision to go on top of them instead of lengthwise because of the way I'm going to put my roof paneling. So what that did though is it left a gap in this area, which is where I'm going to have the cabinets. So I needed the supports.
Yeah.
So I just used the Kreg jig and put the pocket holes in there. So just cut out these 12-ish inch strips.
Pocket holes are fancy.
Yeah.
So that's like a special bit that you use to do that?
The jig itself is a special jig that you put on the wood. You clamp it on, and the drill bit is a pretty regular bit, but it comes with the Kreg system. But it sets it to a specific depth and distance depending on how thick and wide or how wide this board is and how thick this one is. So this one's a 3/4 inch.
So that just gives you more surface area to be able to attach cabinets to.
Yeah, and it hides your screws, so it's really good to hide. Now this is messy, right? I didn't bother sanding or anything, but you can make some real nice cabinetry work with this.
And then you got something new going on over here.
So here I was playing around with, where are we going to put the switches?
Yep.
And so I have them right here where I think what I'm going to do is put two shoe open spaces,
like
closet
cubbies?
like storage. So when you come into the trailer, you can put your shoes, your gloves,
the door's
whatever.
right there. Don't jump out, Scott.
Yeah, so this is just basic wall paneling. Put a little bit of cedar up here, and I'm just playing around with. I ran out of time yesterday.
Yeah.
On setting that up, so I'm thinking the switches will come out right about here. So I'll have open cabinets, and then one solid panel here for the switches, and then open cabinets here. So it'll be we'll see.
Nice.
One more thing, or two more things I did is here I put on this is the same rubber coating that we used up top for the MaxxAir fan.
And they'll see that in the light video, which we'll post after the fan video.
Yep. Just to add a little extra sealant from the inside.
Yep.
And then the last thing I did in the back here, I just went to cover the spring.
Yeah.
The challenge was there's no metal support in the back. And so my roof had to finish hanging on to something back here. So I had to find a way to tack a furring strip. And while I was doing that, I was looking at the whole spring system here. And I thought the best way is just to box it out, and we'll put a little bit of finishing, some sealing wall panel just to cover that.
And then you'll leave like a little opening or something right here.
Slot for this.
Little slot for the cable to go in and out of.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks really good.
And the mood lights, will
Yeah, I definitely have the mood
wrap
lights.
around in there. So
Can't forget those.
yeah. So that's where I'm at now.
So the plan for today is.
Well, we've got some more electrical now that
Yeah.
we've got the exterior lights. So we can wire to all of these 5.
Yep.
We can wire the fan, which is pretty simple.
Which there's a good video out there on the MaxxAir fan installation if you haven't seen it. Really cool.
That was a little bit of work.
Yeah.
But we got it in, no incidents.
Hours.
So that's good. And then we can work on putting the fuse in the back here with the extra switches.
Yep. So right here we're going to put a second distribution fuse panel similar to the one we did up front here. If you remember from one of the early wiring videos. We're going to put that will get mounted neatly on a cabinet once the cabinet is there. Then here we're going to do a second distribution fuse panel. And we've got I think we pulled 10 gauge wire.
10 gauge.
Yep, back here. So we'll interrupt that wire, put our fuse panel in so they can go on a wall or a cabinet right there. And then you'll have the ability to tie off distribution for water pump. We had some other stuff that was going back here. USB charger maybe.
Well, so we'll have the cooler here, the fridge cooler.
Yep.
The pump for the sink, a zone for the lights, pumps, and I think that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Good deal. And then we might do the ladder today too.
I figure because we're about
We got a ladder on the outside that goes up right here and then terminates into this steel plate.
That's the idea.
All right.
So down in the bottom on the frame of the trailer,
Yep.
and then up to the top. Yep.
All right. Well, let's get to it.
So, beginning of another exciting day.
We have to get the aprons out.
Yeah. Aprons for sure.
Yeah. What are these?
So these are the jacks
Yeah.
for the little deck.
Oh.
So the gate that folds down.
Yeah.
And
So that will go on the back here, so that
yeah, let me see.
that ramp turns into a patio.
Yeah. So I just took this out of the box here, but so what happens? I guess it screws in through here. Some big bolts. Probably here we'd go straight through
Yeah.
and put some bolts and nuts, and we'll have to decide, where's the best spot.
What length?
But they'll just come down like this, and then when they fold up, and these are adjustable,
Yeah.
so you can adjust somehow. So depending on you just push down on that.
Yep.
So push, and it releases this way,
Oh, nice. So you can
and
adjust
then
the height.
and it just right. So it's very easy to adjust
So
the
if
height.
you run uneven ground, you
Uneven
can
ground,
kind of dial
yes.
it in.
And then it folds, so you pull,
Yeah. Ooh.
so that when you're up, it's going to look like that,
It's fancy. I like it.
right? And then you pull it, pop out, and you've got your foot.
Nice.
That's the thinking.
You have the floating patio then.
Yeah. And these might also work. I have to decide if I want to use them for my, what do you call those?
Oh, yeah, for the rear to keep
Yeah.
it from tilting.
Yeah, instead of
To replace the blocks of wood.
upgrade from wood to actual folding jacks. I just have to see how accessible it is underneath.
Yep.
I've seen some reviews where guys complain about it because you have to get under to release and fold it out. So it can be a
Oh,
bit of a
yeah.
pain,
Especially if it's dirty up under there.
dirty, dark, whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll put these on here, see how they work, and if this is a bit of a problem for accessibility, I think I'll just put regular swivel sidewind
Yeah.
hitch
Makes
jacks
sense.
for there. So
Well, so you think we might tackle those today too?
we might.
All right. You got bolts for them?
I do.
Nice. Got some sort of steel backing plate to put on the.
No, and that's why we'll have to see if there's enough
Yeah.
support, if the plywood is strong enough, how to do that. So,
Yeah. Very cool. You ready to start building a trailer?
Ready.
All right. Let's do it.
And ready to go.
Alrighty. Backs are 1,000 pounds. And to install the wiring for the backlights.
It's an add-on, but
I'm not gonna. If you order it, I'm gonna eat it, and I shouldn't.
so I will not. I got mine made.
Yeah, I get the amount of time you waste. I just need a blue butt connector. And do we use it? So like it takes 10 seconds to crimp this. Takes me a minute. I think we're out of.
Last of the blue butts.
But I found
They're not in that little bag?
we're out. But I found these little guys, gray butts, and they're about the same.
Are gray butts bigger or smaller?
They are a bit bigger.
Okay.
So the blue butts for 14 to 16,
We're talking about butt connectors, by the way.
and the gray butt connectors 12 to 14.
All right.
We've been through a lot of butts. So red goes with red. And what I did wrong last time is I didn't pinch
Both sides.
I didn't go out far enough. So I learned my lesson. So as little wires move, they pop out because they're not tight in there.
Yeah.
So you've gotta
Do you know how to use it or not?
you gotta make sure it's in there.
Looks like you got it.
Yeah, barely. Ooh, nope.
Wrong. Alright, here you're twisting your reds and your blacks together. And the black gets a spade terminal to go to the switch. And the red gets a spade terminal to go to the switch. The black gets a ring terminal to go to the fuse panel. Yep.
For yellow?
I think so.
No, I think there's only 3 sizes.
Okay.
That's as small as it gets. It's a new fancy
Oh yeah.
heat gun.
It's like a Star Trek of heat
Yeah.
guns. What temperature are we using there?
650.
Is that the default setting?
Yeah.
Okay. So why do we heat sink these?
I don't know, JP. Why do we heat sink these?
Well, it makes them look pretty.
Sure does.
And then it also does get a little bit of a bite on the insulation, hopefully make them hold a little bit better. But mostly makes them look pretty.
I just know I got this new heat gun out of this.
Yeah. Think of all the things you can do with this heat gun.
Actually, these are good for, so I'm working with wood,
Yeah.
resin. So, you can put the colorant in the resin and do all kinds of, for furniture,
Yeah.
tables. And the heat gun is how you get the bubbles out of the resin after you've poured it.
Nice.
So we're going to have to really,
Fade to the switch.
we're going to have to really separate these.
Yep.
So we're going to have these about 1 foot, 18 inches apart.
And pick which switch you want it to work on. This is going to be your
Yes.
rear lights.
So I think rear exterior lights.
Okay.
Let's go here.
That's these lights right here on the back of the trailer. So these are going to be basically your back porch lights.
Those are on.
And then your ring terminal goes to your common negative bus. Which I'll come around. Common negative bus is, we basically, each one of these leads is our positive. And that's basically all of our red wires. That's the positive terminal of the battery. And these are all the negative terminals of the battery. And so when I said common negative bus, that's basically a bus, but it just means that it's this gang right here. Common means they're all connected together. So common negative bus is basically where we're taking all of our ground
And
wires.
so this would just be a positive bus.
It is a positive bus, and the positives though are individual, they're not common.
So it's not common.
Exactly. They're separated. And then each one of these then has its own fuse, and the fuse completes the circuit. So if that blows, then it quits supplying
So
power.
that's how the buttons work. That's how the...
Yep, that supply, basically all the power for the whole trailer flows through each one of these circuits. And by using the fuse panel, we can separate the circuits. So the fan's on a circuit by itself, one section of lights can be on a circuit by itself, and that way if you have a problem with the fan, it doesn't make your lights go out. In theory.
I mean, unless the entire thing...
Unless the entire thing blows up.
Then you've got a bigger problem.
You have a unintended bonfire in the woods.
Bonfire.
And you see how flammable this insulation actually is.
Alright, so you got it on the negative bus?
Yep.
The good
Alright,
thing
let's
is,
go out here.
though, The trailer is made out of aluminum. So
All right, you want to try your switch? Da 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 da, da 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 da. It works.
This is a lit. Those are bright.
Those are bright.
And these ones, I got these lit because they're in the back. They're going to be outside.
Yep. You got a nice voltmeter in there too.
Yep. And USB charger.
Which I'm going to assume off the Blue Eddy, the voltage is constant because it's probably regulated circuit.
And but for inside, I didn't get lit switches, toggles, because I prefer it to be dark. But for out here, I thought it'd be neat to have them.
And what's
lit
your
up.
middle switch there, dude? Is that these lights out here?
It should be the side ones.
Yep. Nice. So those are our exterior side switches here. See, man, you're gonna light up the night. You got
It's gonna be bright.
you got side switches. You have to send us a video clip
Side.
tonight.
Back.
this looks sweet.
Hit them all. The Rivards are here.
That's right. Taking over this campsite.
See the cargo camper from space.